Now it's time for the challenges and opportunities faced by the enterprises nowadays.
To begin with, let's have a look at the traditional framework, which is built on the mid-range computer plus disk array plus commercial data warehouse. All these things are special and expensive equipment. At the bottom of the graph, you can see the base of the framework consists of some traditional computers, storage equipment, and network equipment. On top of the lower level, we built the database layer. You can see many famous databases. Then we can see many business applications on the top, such as data mining, data management, and so on. All these functions can be invoked by an interface through the IP and port ID of the target server. But this architecture is not suitable for current big data environment because of all the drawbacks listed here on the right side. And there are two ways of optimizing the system: scale up and scale out. Scale up means we improve the performance vertically, providing better memory and CPU. This approach is very expensive, and we will soon hit the ceiling of system performance. So we can try another method, scale out. We improve the performance of cluster horizontally by adding more common servers. It is cheaper and can be expanded unlimited theoretically. Now it's time to introduce the following several challenges faced by the enterprises. Firstly, it is true that until now, there are still many business departments that do not know a lot about big data. So it's hard for them to come up with accurate demands for big data. Too much data in the database are not being used because the owner do not know how to use them. If the storage space is full, they delete the older data. Secondly, in most large enterprises, different departments cannot share data with each other. The main reason is information security and the interest of different departments. So the value of big data cannot be fully used. Here's a technical term, data silo. The data in different departments are like islands in the ocean. Thirdly, most enterprises pay little attention to data processing, which results in low data availability and poor quality. Actually, data processing is a very important step which may affect the following data analysis. Data pre-processing involves selection, cleaning, and conversion of the data, which consumes 60% of the time in the entire data analysis task. So according to data from Cbase, with the availability of high-quality data improved by 10%, the profits of enterprises will be improved by 20% consequently. Fourthly, traditional database is not enough for processing big data. So we need new data management technology and architecture that can handle TB-level data or even above, as well as process multiple types of data, deal with data in real time, and so on. Fifthly, there are privacy concerns in the information age. Some shopping applications can learn your shopping habits. All kinds of websites you registered can get your personal information. Your habit and your information are totally transparent to these service providers. This may result in information leakage and identity theft. An organization, institution, or company will inevitably suffer great or small loss. Sixthly, there is a huge lack of big data talent. Each step of big data construction must be completed by professionals, so the talent who is expert in big data and business knowledge is in need. Therefore, universities and enterprises make great efforts to develop and mining talents. Seventhly, balance between data awareness and privacy. We need to ensure data awareness and sharing, but in the meantime, we need to protect the privacy of citizens and enterprises. How to maintain the balance is a big problem for us. When I was delivering another training, some friends asked me whether the technology of big data will inevitably infringe the privacy of citizens. The answer is absolutely no. Big data technology has clear limits on accessing to data sources, but some people still get illegal data. After all, every country has laws, but every country has criminals. So we need to gradually strengthen the privacy legislation and punish who steal user information illegally. In addition to challenges, we also need to pay attention to the opportunities presented by big data. In the big data era, the commercial ecosystem has inadvertently undergone tremendous changes. The boundaries between netizens and consumers are gradually blurring. Intelligent devices everywhere, online network transmission at any time, and the frequent interactions of social networks make the previous web users come into the limelight. For enterprises, they have a chance to conduct large-scale precise researches on consumer behavior for the first time, actively embracing this change and undergoing the self-dramatic change and evolution from strategies to tactics will let enterprises better adapt to this new era. The big data blue ocean strategy becomes the high ground of future competitions. And to be more specific, we have seen many opportunities with the development of big data. Firstly, big data mining becomes the core of business analysis. The focus of big data has gradually shifted from storage and transformation to data mining and application, which will have a profound impact on enterprises' business models. Big data can directly bring enterprises profits and incomparable competitive advantages through positive feedback. Secondly, big data bolsters the application of information technologies. Generally speaking, big data is a new technology promoted by information technologies, but now we say, with the development of big data, is now a support point of applications of next-generation information technologies. After all, big data is one of the several essential technologies to promote the fourth industrial revolution, and the industrial revolution must have great impact on the social transformation as well. Thirdly, big data is a new engine for continuous growth of the information industry. Here we emphasize big data drives the development of a new market with high growth for the information industry. In the field of hardware and integrated devices, big data faces challenges such as effective storage, fast read or write, and real-time analysis. This will have an important impact on the chip and storage industry and also give rise to the market of integrated data storage and processing servers and in-memory computing. In the software and service field, the value of big data brings urgent requirements for quick data processing and analysis, which will lead to unprecedented prosperity of the data mining and business intelligence markets.
Okay, after all the introduction, hope you could be more familiar with the challenges and opportunities faced by enterprises. Now, next, we can have a look at the Quantum Big Data solution in detail.